Scarface, your boy Scarface, and I want to welcome you guys back to another episode. You guys, every week, I know I wasn't able to come out with an episode last week just because I did go to Idaho. I wasn't able to get a podcast episode for you guys, but trust me, we back at it. Sometimes like that stuff happens. It was my mom's birthday and so on and so forth. But thank you guys always like for getting on top of me too about it. And like, hey, where's the podcast? Hey, where's the podcast? Trust me, I don't see it in a bad way. Like I get it. Like it keeps me on my toes to make sure that I get you guys a podcast episode every week. So thank you guys for always supporting the TikTok, the IG, the podcast, you name it. Also, shout out to Naughty Science. If you guys want to get some tools, some different products to help your intimacy life, definitely check out naughtyscience.com. We do have a special code, Uncomfortable Convo. Link is in the bio for everybody for the podcast, which saves you, I think it's like 10% off or something like that from your entire order. So definitely check it out. Exclusive just to the podcast. So if you listen to it, you know about the discount code. So I want to get into today's episode, and mainly because, sometimes it's hard for us to feel a little proud of ourselves. And if we're not making ourselves happy, we're definitely not making other people. Like, how if we can't make ourselves happy, how are we supposed to make other people happy? Does that make sense? So I definitely wanted to do a podcast episode on that, like why you should be trying to fill in your own cup before you try to fill up others. But before we get into that, we're going to get into the how deep will you go cards. Okay, so let's get into this. What's your song you play by yourself but never with other people? It's funny because I actually just posted a video about this. A song that I post all the time, mainly like just because not a lot of people are into it. It's just like the Backstreet Boys, a bunch of like 90s stuff like that. I'm not cruising to it in the car, or like if somebody's rolling with me, like definitely not be playing that. But when I'm by myself, I be jamming out, I want it. You know what I mean? I better stop before I get a copyright claim because how good I sound. So I would say that. When is the time that you felt most secondhand embarrassment? When I do this stuff. Because like when we do, like they're like, oh, a guy did this and a guy did that. Like I get secondhand embarrassments for the male species because I am a member of the board for men. Okay. I'm here as a representative for the board with men. And sometimes I'm like, we don't claim that dude. We don't claim that dude. But no, seriously, it's with stuff like this. Like I get secondhand embarrassment, meaning like I can't believe you guys have to deal with that, especially like the whole 50-50 thing. Like I get it. Like people pay for stuff, but if you're going on a first date and the guy is like, yo, let's split the bill. Like just the embarrassment that I'm like, I can't believe us guys have gone to that point where we have the nerve to ask a girl to do that. Like we really have the nerve. I could never get myself to that point where I'm just like, hey, you want to pay half of this? No, absolutely not. So I get secondhand embarrassment with that type of stuff. When guys don't open door, like how can you not do these little things? There was this TikTok the other day. Someone said that how come my man never says I'm beautiful or like compliments me? And I clearly say it literally takes you half a second, 2 seconds to compliment your person. Tell them they look sexy. Tell them they look beautiful. Tell them something cute. It will make their day. And you didn't have to go out of your way. You didn't have to do much. You just complimented them. If they have a nice outfit, dang, you look really beautiful in that. How hard was that? And it's going to save you from arguments. It's going to save you from a lot of stuff just by complimenting them. And if that's your person, you should want to compliment them. You'd be like, hey, you look beautiful in that dress. Hey, that's a really nice outfit. You look beautiful. You look sexy. You look hot. You look gorgeous. Not that difficult, fellas, to compliment your girl. And you should be complimenting her every day. All right, let's get into this last one. Describe your lowest moment in life. How did it help you grow? I think my lowest would have to be after my 7.5 year relationship. And I always bring that up just because that was my longest relationship, right? So I think that was my lowest because that was the first time I've gone through those type of feelings. It's not like they write a book and like, hey, if you've ever been in a 7.5 year relationship, this is what's going to happen if you break up. Like, these are the feelings you're going to feel. These are the stuff that you're going to go through. And then just like what happened after that relationship was over too, like it would just added more, fuel to the fire. So I would say at that point, because like I did it was weird now thinking back on it. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I didn't want to see anybody. Like, I would put on a front when I did see people. But I was just like, fuck, like, what do I do? Like, 7.5 years. That's why I understand when you guys are like, we've been together for 7 or 10 years and like you feel like it's wasted time. But I think you're wasting more time and doing a disservice staying with that person when you're not into that person anymore, if that makes sense. So that was my lowest time. I would say, I would think, I'm trying to think of a different time. The reason I like these cards is because when something comes up and then the first thing that pops into my head, that's what I say. And that's the first thing that popped up. It was after that relationship. And just because, again, when you're in your first serious relationship and it ends and it was that long, nobody tells, like, you can't prepare yourself for those type of feelings, and depending on how it ends, like for you guys and stuff like that. So trust me, I get it. That's why I tell people I understand. Like, when you're in it, you're in it. It's a little more difficult just to be like, oh, just get out. I can just help motivate you. So, but I'm glad that one was the last one, because the reason I wanted to do this podcast was you need to also, like, before you get into a relationship, I think, one, you should be proud of yourself. Like, I think that's a big thing that I have a difficult time with, is being proud of some of the stuff that I do, just because sometimes, when you feel like, should I even be here? The whole imposter syndrome, like, instead of being like, damn, I worked hard to be here. I worked hard to do this. I worked hard to do that. Instead of feeling like that, it's more of the other side, like, why am I here? Or like, should I even, like, am I in over my head or something like that? But, feeling proud of yourself, and also you like needing to make yourself happy. You need to fill your own cup before you decide or try to fill somebody else's cup. Imagine like your cup's empty and you're trying to fill somebody else's cup. So that's why I'm saying, like, always figure out what's going on with you. Get yourself to a point. Nobody's ever 100% happy, but get yourself to a point where you're just like, you know what? I'm doing what I need to be doing. Like, I'm pretty content. I'm pretty happy. And now you invite that positivity into your life too. So, because it brings me into the first one. You attract what you are. When you're proud of who you are, you naturally attract someone who values and respects you. Confidence is magnetic. Insecurity, not so much. And that's why because I know there's plenty of other guys out there way better looking than me, but you put me up against some of these guys, and just how, like, walking into a room, the confidence, especially talking, having a conversation, socializing, having fun, being outgoing. I think the confidence definitely outweighs and makes me stand out more than other people. Because you could have somebody who's like really good looking, and if they're shy, and then I'm over here just like being me, right? Who's gonna stand out more? They're gonna be like, damn, like, yeah, he's good looking, but this dude's, fun, outgoing. He speaks well, and things like that. So, and just like I said, you attract, like, if you're always a negative person, you're clearly going to attract negative people around you. You're going to have negative people around you because you want to do the same thing as other negative. Like, if you want to constantly bash people for some reason, you're going to find somebody who also relates with you, and let's bash them together, right? Like, and you guys know who you are, like, always talking bad about other people instead of like wondering why you're spending your time talking about somebody else and their situation instead of working on yours. So definitely you are what you attract. So I'm always, what is going to make me, like, working out helps confidence, socializing helps with confidence. Because if you're not so social, guess what? Put yourself in those uncomfortable situations, and guess what? You're going to become social. That's why, like, when I was traveling by myself, it's either one, I'm not going to talk to anybody, or two, I'm going to socialize with people and get to know people. And I've met people like that. And still to this day, like I meet random people, random places I go, right? Like you just start talking, having a conversation. And it's crazy the type of people that you'll meet. Instead of being shy, reserved, insecure, how are you gonna? Especially a lot of these, like if a girl's beautiful, you think she's gonna be attracted to some guy who's just like sitting on the corner over there, or she's like, dang, like that's the man right there, right? So, uh, and confidence, again, there's a difference between confidence and cockiness. Um, I'm never say I'm better than anybody. I like very humble person. We all have the same amount of time in a day. Uh, I'm no better than this person. They're no better than me. I'm no better than that. Like we just hustle different, and we just get put in different rooms, and different situations happen for everybody. That's why, the harder you work, and especially if you're always constantly to grow, to build, instead of, because you could work hard and not get anywhere, or you could work hard with purpose and trying to grow whatever it is that you are. So that also helps with your confidence, right? And that's why I always preach people to like work out, side hustle, grind. And if you're not comfortable talking to people, socializing, what I did in the beginning is I made it a goal of mine to have a conversation with one person a day that I did not know. And it didn't have to be a long conversation, just something small. Go to the gas station, I see, oh shit, like they were wearing this. I had to be like, oh, like, is that the so-and-so? And they're like, oh yeah. Or just gas stations were a big thing because at that time I was going to school. So I'd always go to the gas station to get something real quick. And there was always, I would go to different ones, somebody new, or even at school talking to, just having a random conversation. Like if you're waiting in line to buy something to eat or something like that. So there's places you can make it happen and be that social person. The next one that I have is you stop expecting someone to complete you. If you're not happy with yourself, you'll expect your partner to fill the void, and the pressure can destroy even the best connection. And I think that's what happens a lot with people who jump from relationship to relationship. They don't know how to be by themselves. They're constantly jumping from relationship to relationship because they're trying to fill a void, they don't want to feel sad. They don't want to feel this. They would rather feel, what you feel through relationships. Because, and another thing that it said on there is like, I like it that you need to stop expecting you in other people, meaning, oh, I would do this for this person. Yeah, but you would do that for that person. Don't be expecting just because you would do it, they're going to do it too,? And so that's why I completely got rid of that too. And I always tell people never do something just to throw it in their face later on. And, that's why I talked about that in my previous, a different podcast, and why I left a relationship, because a lot of throwing in the face. Like if I go and buy you this remote and I'm like, hey, I thought of you. I wanted to get you this remote. Later on, I'm not going to be like, damn, this is what you're going to do. Even after I bought you that remote, oh, I did this for you. So for some reason I should be expecting something in return. No, I never expect me in other people. Right. But that also comes down to, if you're this type of way, naturally you're going to start attracting people this way, that also aren't expecting that, or be throwing stuff in your face, because I'm pretty content with myself. I don't need, and that's why you need to find yourself and make yourself happy before you go out there, because I don't need a partner to complete me. I'm good. Adding a partner to my life is just enhancing everything. It's just making things better. Let's grow together. Let's have a great time. Let's experience life, instead of just being like, maybe this person is going to help me fulfill this void that's inside of me or something, right? This happiness. I'm not happy right now. Maybe you're going through like a depression or something, and you think bringing this person into your life is going to fix that. No. You need to figure out what it is that's making you feel like that, counseling, therapy, and things like that, and then decide to get in a relationship, because again, why would you want to give yourself somebody 50% of you, 60% of you? Because would you be happy if somebody gave you only 50% of them, 40% of them, just because they're going through a lot of things and they're not really being able to put their full effort into a relationship? So definitely, think of that one. The next one that I have is you set the standard for how you should be treated. The way you treat yourself teaches others how to treat you. Self-love builds your boundaries. Without that, people can walk all over you. And hello, uh, being able to have your boundaries and what you will and will not accept is crucial, especially in the dating, because people do walk all over you. Boundaries get a little blurry, red flags are looking a little green, and in times, but like I've cut people off in my life is because I know how I should be treated, and I will treat you as such too. I will treat you with utmost respect, and hence go right back to that podcast, why I talked about, like, this is like, I'm living proof of a lot of this. I've experienced it. I've seen other people experience it. That's why they do so well. I did not like how she treated me like when we were argue. And so that was a huge thing for me. So I ended up leaving mainly because of that. And that's why I'm saying, like, you learn that, hey, like, this isn't cool. We communicated. You still didn't fix it. All right, I'm out. I'm gone. But some people would be like, well, maybe I deserve to be treated like this, or I want to be with this person, so I'll let myself get treated like this. Or they fulfill me, or for some certain reason, like I need them, even though they have a downside. I forget his name on Instagram. He's the CEO. I follow him on Instagram. Always gives great advice. He said that somebody asked him, they're like, do you usually hire someone who's great, but is usually a jerk? And he's like, no. He's like, because we have in the past, and they're like, their negativity always outweighs what they can do. Like, say this is, maybe he's providing for you, but his negativity is like outweighs that, and you're just like, fuck, he pays for my shit, but he's a horrible person. Like, why would you want to live like that? And so that's why I have my boundaries, and if that's something that you can't do for me, then we're obviously not meant for each other. And I was able to find this just being on my own for a little while, like finding me, because I was that person too, jumping from relationship, not a lot, like back to back to back, but trying to find something that was going to like make me feel better, or like fill some sort of void. No, we have to fill those voids on our own, figure out why we feel like that. And we should never be reliant on a partner. They should just enhance everything, because what if that partner leaves? Now there goes that part that was helping you being fulfilled, right? So that's why your partner shouldn't be you shouldn't be looking for happiness in a partner. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say there, is that you shouldn't be looking for happiness in a partner. You should be looking for happiness within yourself, figuring out how to get to that point. And whoever comes into your life is only going to enhance that. And because you guys seen it, that's what a lot of people are attracted to. They see a couple super happy, smiling. People get attracted to that, and that's why some people were like, maybe I want to be that happy. I'm going to message him. I'm going to message her. Like, I want to be in that sexy relationship that they're in. They're flirting all the time. I've heard they had amazing sex. I keep forgetting it's not TikTok. Amazing sex and stuff like that. And you want that. That's why, like, when that confidence, people get attracted to that. So definitely set the standard. It definitely sets the standard. Did for me. You won't settle for less. When you're proud of yourself, you won't beg for crumbs of affection. You'll wait for the real thing and walk away from anything else. Absolutely. That's why I mentioned it before on different TikToks. If I get like a little bit of shadiness or something, if you give me a reason to feel shady, I'm out. If I don't trust you, I'm out. And if you can't do certain things for me, I'm definitely out, right? And that's why I'm saying, like, I've communicated a lot of things over this TikToks, podcast, and everything. There's a lot of things that I won't tolerate, I won't deal with anymore. And if you can't do that for me, then cool. Nothing wrong. We're just not meant for each other. I'm going to go find somebody who's going to be able to do that for me, and there's somebody out there for everybody. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if they're not for you, there's going to be somebody else out there for you. And don't be in a rush. Don't be just like, oh, like maybe I'm asking for too much at the time. Like I remember I also thought that I was asking too much from people or expecting a lot in a girl. No, absolutely the fuck not. There are people out here who treat you the way you want to be treated because they want to treat you like that because you make them feel like they want to like meaning like you're great to them so they want to be great right back to you. There's people like that. Instead we find somebody who maybe looks good but you're like they really don't treat you good, but you're like, yeah, a lot of red flags, but here's some green ones. No, trust me, there's somebody out there. You just got to be patient. Don't be in a hurry. So many people are in a hurry to find somebody to get hurt fast, because trust me, you find somebody that, you settle for less, they're probably going to hurt you. It's funny because I'm sure you've heard it too. Girls usually post, damn, gave an ugly dude a chance and he's the one that fucking hurt me. So don't settle for less. If there's something that you want, I'm not saying like ugly people. No, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying like that's one example. So definitely don't be settling for less out there. You should not be settling for less. But when you find your own fulfillment, you won't. Like it's crazy. It's hard to explain. Like if something, a red flag, something shady, I'm just like, all right, I'm out. Cool. I'm better off single than having to deal with this shit. I remember I told you I was talking to a girl a while back ago, and she gave me some like real shady vibes. I really felt like she was talking to some other dude and me. And I was just like, all right, I'm out. I don't want to be feeling like this whole feeling of like, what the fuck? Like that feeling in your stomach, like, is she being shady? I was like, I don't want to deal with that. I'd rather be single than fucking having to deal with this, like that feeling. Like, are they, only talking to you, or is she still talking to somebody else? Is she messing around with somebody else? Yeah, I'm not going to deal with that shit. I'll tell you that right now. So you bring balance instead of baggage. A healthy relationship isn't about completing each other. It's about complementing each other. Your wholeness makes the relationship stronger. And that's what I'm saying. Like, don't be, I mentioned it earlier. When you bring somebody into your life, it's only to enhance your life. Meaning like not in a monetary way. I'm saying in just like a emotional way, physical way, meaning like are they pretty spicy? Like they're going to fulfill that end, but they just make it, they just complement your life and you complement theirs. It's not, they're filling this piece of the pie or you want them to fill this piece of the pie because you're not so happy right now, but you think bringing this person is going to make you happy. No, let's not be doing that. Okay. Anybody that comes into your life should be complimenting your life, and you shouldn't be looking for that happiness or something like that in them, or some sort of, you should be figuring that out. Like right now, if you're listening to this podcast and if you feel that type of way, or if you think that your man or your woman is going to be making you happy, no, you need to find that within you. And trust me, like if you're doing good and they're doing good, just how you guys can experience life is truly amazing. I'll tell you that right now. Like when you can just hang out and vibe out and experience life, spend time with each other, it's a whole different experience. Instead of me being like, oh man, like I need her to make me happy, or even a girl, I wish he would make me happy. Like he needs to figure out how to make me happy right now, like because I'm not happy. I'm not having a great time. No, don't be looking for that happiness within somebody else, and you don't want to be that person. Like, I don't want to deal with somebody who has that type of baggage. Like, and I mean like that, like is an emotional wreck, maybe has like a bunch of like baby daddy issues, ex issues, won't let that stuff go. Or is constantly negative, always sad, like never a good time to be around. Like, there's always that one person that is around that is like, man, why are you such a buzzkill? Or like you always bring that negativity, or like with your negativity, you always bring the mood down around everybody. So we don't want none of that. So the next one that I have is you avoid codependency. When you're on your own source of joy, you don't rely on your partner to fix your mood, to validate your worth, or keep you emotionally afloat. And see, and this is what I'm saying. Like people, oh, you've gone to movies by yourself, you go to dinners by yourself, you go to eat by yourself. Absolutely. I go to the gym by myself. I go to concerts by myself because I know how to have a good time by myself. You know, I don't need somebody. Like I usually tell people, hey, I'm gonna go do this, and they'll be like, oh, like I don't think I'm gonna be able to make it. I was like, I'm just letting you know I was gonna go. If you want to go, cool. Still gonna go. You know, that's why I always buy my own ticket, or whatever it is, or I just go. And it's usually led to like group trips as well too. Before, be like, shit, I was going regardless. Y'all want to go? Get yourself. I'm not gonna be reliant on anybody, because I've done that before. Is when you're reliant on people and then they end up bailing out, and then you're just like, fuck. Well, I guess we can't do it now. Or you expecting, to go, like you're expecting them in order for you to go. That's what I was trying to say. So, and the same goes with a partner. Like some people like have to have the partner there or have to have somebody there. So they'll be in a bad relationship just because they need somebody there to be dependent on them. And then they're expecting them to fix their mood, their happiness, their just a lot of things, So like if you can't find that within yourself without this person, because there's some people like they can't even go to the store. I get it, it's a crazy world, but they need somebody to come with them, not because they're afraid of something like that. They just need somebody with them when they go to the store, when they go to eat, when they go to the gym. There's some people that I know, they'll be like, oh, I'm like, oh, did you go to the gym? And they're like, oh, no, so-and-so couldn't go with me. I'm like, why didn't you just go by yourself? Like, you don't need them. So never be reliant on people like that, because you'll start seeing it in every part of your life, relationships, friend relationships, business relationships. Like, no, if I want to go do something, I'm gonna go do it. If I don't want to be somewhere, I'm gonna fucking leave. Once I'm done, I'm out. Shout out to Joel, because sometimes that's one of my toxic traits. If I'm out doing something with them and then I'm just over it and I'm done, I leave. And sometimes I don't even tell people I leave. I just leave. If they're not in like my line of sight, or if I have to like, I'm not gonna bust a mission to find somebody. If I look around, I'm like, I don't see them. All right, let's go. I'm not gonna bust a mission to go find them. I'll text them later. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not dependent on anybody. Like, I'm a good time by myself. I'm a good time with people. Do I need somebody to go out and do something? No. Do I go out with people and do stuff? Absolutely. But I don't need them. So same with I don't need a partner to go and do stuff. Yeah, sometimes it's cool. Like when you see partners doing, like couples doing things, oh, like it'd be nice to have somebody, but I'm not going to be in a horrible relationship just to do certain things like that. Absolutely the fuck not. And the last one that I have is you build a relationship, not a rescue mission. A great relationship is two people who want each other, not two broken people trying to fix each other. Let's not try to fix people. Oh, he's this and this and this. I can fix him. I can change him. No, I don't want to do that with a girl either, because I've tried it in the past. It doesn't work. It's a lot of negativity. It's a lot of downfall. It's a lot of like, what? Sometimes even I would be like, what the fuck did I get myself into? Like, why am I doing this? I'm in a good place. She's not. And it's completely different when two people are in a good place. It's a great time. It's fun. You just want to experience life. You want to experience life with this person. We're not trying to fix each other, but I'm not saying relationships can be perfect if that's it. There's other factors to that. But you're already starting on a good foot compared to, like, say you're in a good place like I was, and then you date somebody who's not in a good place, and you're just like, well, I can kind of change. I can try to change it. It's a lot of fucking work. And it's there's nothing I could do or say that was going to help this person. It's more like they need to find out how they're going to fix it on their own, because I can't do it. Same with when you try to force people into rehab, they got to want to fix themselves, because people have forced people, like the interventions, and it fails and fails and fails and fails until the guy or the girl is like, you know what? I need to change myself. I need to fix myself. I'm done. And then they end up changing. Same with this. Like if they're a broken person, there's only so much you can do and say, but you're not going to be able to fix them. No matter how hard you try, they need to fix themselves on their own. They need to figure out what's wrong. Because most of the time, like me looking at somebody and they're like, you can tell they're a broken person. I don't know where that's coming from. I don't know where that's stemming from. I don't know like how to fix that, because they're not, obviously they don't try to communicate those traumas or whatever, those demons that are going on within them. And we don't know how to properly fix them either. That's why I always tell people to go to therapists, go to counseling and things like that, because they know how to help you. They knew there's certain, hey, like maybe we should try this. Maybe we should try this. You know, I try to help as much as I can, and especially with the TikToks and IG, but there's only so much I can do and say, right? So, but like just overall, being one that I'm working on is trying to be more proud of myself, of just the accomplishments, how far I've gotten, the hard work, you know, it's pays off, you know, even though in the beginning it seems like it's not going anywhere. And then all of a sudden it just like starts getting traction and you're just like, whoa, like, what is going on here? So, so being a little bit more proud of myself. Because like I said before, that's something that I do struggle with, is just being like, you know what, you're doing a good job. Because sometimes you feel like you can't tell yourself that. So that's something I'm working on. But being fulfilled on my own is definitely there. Like, I don't need somebody to be happy. Like, I don't need, hey, I need this person to make me happy. Oh, like I'm looking for somebody to fulfill me, meaning like I need to find happiness in somebody. No, you need to figure that out on your own. And then you'll see, and when you attract that into your life, then guess what? I'm telling you, this shit is fun. Like when you attract somebody into your life that's also not looking to find themselves within you, like it's a great time. You know, like you're not there trying to fix them. They're not trying to fix you. Like you're just rocking and vibing with each other. So hopefully this podcast is able to help you and motivate you, or motivate your person to be like, yo, you need to figure out yourself. Like I can't do it. Or think twice about trying to fix a broken person. And the main thing is like, hopefully this motivates you to fulfill yourself, figuring out what's going to fill your cup, yourself, not by somebody else. How are you going to fill up your cup by yourself? You know, what do you need to do? What are steps we need to take for that? Is it because maybe hitting the gym, getting a little bit more confident, maybe being a little bit more social because you're very like an introvert, you don't like to talk to people? Because we're all social people. We like to talk to people, some more than others. Trust me, my social battery runs out over a little bit of time. I'm just like, all right, I'm good. I'm out. But I love talking to people, but I'm not going to, I don't think I'd be able to do like crazy social events every fucking day. I think that would be a little too much for me. But hopefully this motivates you, you know, hopefully it motivates you in the right direction. So, and again, I want to thank you guys for always tuning in every week for the podcast, Uncomfortable Convos. If you haven't gave us a 5-star, definitely give us a 5-star, a thumbs up, share it to somebody. Hopefully it's going to help somebody along. NaughtyScience.com. Definitely go check it out. Use Uncomfortable Convo. Discount is in the description, so you'll be able to see it there too as well. Get yourself some toys. Please yourself. That's what I'm saying. Take care of yourself. Anyways, I'll see you guys later.